guys, welcome back to Common Pantry. I'm Alicia if you're new here, and today I am starting a small series to answer a question I get a lot, which is what channels do you watch on YouTube? And I don't watch a ton of YouTube, but I do have favorite channels, and I decided to break this down into different categories. I'm going to start today with my favorite homesteading channels. And I want to do a video with the top 5 of each category. I have future videos coming. They won't be consecutive, but maybe once a week. I try to do about 3 videos a week, so maybe one of those a week will be one of my top favorite videos. But I was trying to do 5 of each. Like I'm going to do 5 homestead channels I like, 5 cooking channels I like, 5 gardening channels I like. It was really hard with the homestead category though, really, really hard. So what I decided to do for today's video is actually do 10. And I broke them into 5 large YouTube homestead channels I like to watch and 5 small ones. And originally I was thinking the small ones would be like really small, but I decided to actually go with under 50,000 subscribers. Several of mine are really small, but my big ones are really big. And then I really like some channels that aren't really tiny because they've grown, especially recently, but they wouldn't fit into the category of big either. So I decided to cut it like 50 and below or 50 and above for my large ones. Now, there are some channels I used to watch all the time that I just don't watch as much anymore. There are channels that I watch some episodes of, but not every episode. So I try to stick to channels that I really like to watch almost every episode for. If they have a new one come out, I may not watch it right away, but sometimes I'll be like folding laundry and be like, you know what, I'm going to watch this channel and I'll catch up on whatever I've missed and I end up watching most of what they put out. So here are, starting with my 5 big channels that I like to watch in the homestead category. Again, I will do different ones for just cooking, just food preservation, just gardening and stuff later on. Today we're talking about just homesteading channels. Incorporates more of the round picture there. So my top one would probably be the Holler Homestead. I have watched them since they were leaving California and driving around the country. And I just really like their family. I like the way they do things. I like their frugality. I like to watch both their gardening channels and what Meg cooks from what they make on their homestead. And they're just fun people. So I really like the Holler Homestead. By the way, I will link all of these below so you can find them. Another channel I like to watch a lot of is Acre Homestead. And hers is actually only a few years old. And it took me a while to warm up to that one, but now I really like to watch her. And I actually fold laundry with Becky over Acre Homestead quite frequently. Another one I like, they actually don't put out that many videos, but I get excited every time they do, and that is Seasonal Homestead. They are, I believe, in Missouri, so they're not that far from me, kind of similar climate. And they're a family that lives out in the middle of nowhere, and they grow a lot of their own food and preserve a lot of their own food. They are actually aiming for the everything we can on our own. I think most homesteaders are like, everything we can handle doing, but we're still going to end up buying a lot. And I think that over there at Seasonal Homestead, they're like, we're going to grow every fruit and vegetable we eat and raise every meat we eat, and we have to buy salt. I think that's how they're going to be. But I enjoy her calm personality and just seeing the pictures, especially drone footage of their garden. Let's see, channel number 4 that I like, Living Traditions Homestead. And they're one I've watched for a while. They have moved from, I think it was Arizona in the city, over to also Missouri. And I just love to watch their gardening and their cooking. They do both the food preservation, the recipes. They just have calm but happy personalities. And so I end up liking what they put out. And they do things a little differently than I do here on the homestead. They've transferred most of their garden to raised beds this year. They have a really good video on connecting drip irrigation if you need that. I'm going to refer back to that sometime in my own future because I really want to get that hooked up on my homestead. But they're still enjoyable to watch even though they do things differently than I do. And that's kind of, there's no 2 homesteaders that do everything the same way. So they're enjoyable people to watch. And I would say The last one I really like watching, again, they don't put out as many videos as I would love to see, but I do enjoy what they have, and that is Sow the Land. Sow the Land is from Southern California like I am. They now live in North Carolina, close to a place that my husband and I were considering settling. And they're, again, just a nice, calm family. They have animals, they have a garden, they cook, and they do a lot of workshops. If you need a workshop for butchering chickens, that kind of thing, I'll link their channel below. I'm sure you can find it there. And Jason also has some building plans for things like chicken tractors. So if you're into that kind of thing, I suggest Sow the Land. I wish they would put out videos every day, but you know, that takes a lot of time. So I did want to I had a hard time with the top 5, so I did want to give one honorable mention to the large channel, and that is Homesteading Family. I think it's Josh and Carolyn. They're just very knowledgeable. So if you're brand new to something, you might want to look up their channel and see if they have a video about how to do it. And they are a transparent family, I feel like, and they're again, just pleasant people to watch. So that is 5 plus one honorable mention of my favorite large homesteading YouTube channels. On to the 5 small ones. I have a couple in here that are really small, and then a couple that are like just under that 50,000 mark. So starting out with one that is fairly new to me, and that is, I'm looking at my notes here, Moon and Magnolia. Moon and Magnolia is a channel I found on a Facebook group I'm in, and she is someone who has recently left teaching, I believe, and is now kind of homesteading in the city-ish area in her backyard, and she's nailing it pretty good, and she is just inspiring to watch. She has a lot of reminders about what's important in life. And so I enjoy her videos. They're very thoughtful. It's not just like follow me around doing this. There's a lot of thought going on. You can kind of tell what's going on in her head, and I enjoy hearing that. This is one of those not smaller channels that is, I think they're right, let me look them up. I think they're right under 50,000. Oh, wow. No, they're 28,000. I thought they were way bigger. Modern Homestead Alaska. I really like, again, her personality. A lot of channels, I have to like their content and their personality for them to be a favorite. I'll watch content with I don't love the personality if it's really good content, but if there's both, they're golden to me. So Modern Homestead Alaska is one of those where they moved to Alaska, and you can watch them not only grow things and preserve things and store food, preservation, stuff like that, but also see how they navigate life with having to like fly to another island to go to Costco, or like really have to stock up for long periods of time because it's really hard to get stuff in their area. Azure Standard is a whole different drop level in her area. And I just find her personality nice and enjoyable to watch, and her content to be enjoyable as well. Okay, and one that is large, this one is right under the 50,000, and that is Seed and Sparrow Homestead. And I don't remember how I discovered her, but I just really like her channel. She has all the homesteady things going on, and she, again, has that calm personality and the smiley personality, and she does not shy away from real life, like busted pipes or kids getting in the way of things. And so I just enjoy seeing not picture perfect stuff, but still great. She grows a lot of food in a small area. She preserves it well. She cooks well with it. I think she's heading to big things. So another one that is fairly new to me is Jill from Hometown Homestead. And I really like her channel. It's fairly new, but she's growing fast. She mostly does thoughtful voiceover as well. She's puttering around the kitchen and things that just address how she makes stuff, how she handles organization and life in her situation. It's one of those large family type things. She has a beautiful kitchen that I believe was remodeled from like a porch space or something. I forgot what she said, but it's gorgeous, but modern, but rustic looking at the same time. And she has one of those personalities that you could just listen to while she explains things. So I like Hometown Homestead as well. And then my last one is going to be Garden of Mirth. This is a really small channel that I enjoy. I believe she is fairly new to staying home and is doing like learning a lot as she goes with the gardening and the canning and other food preservation. She's cool because she also throws in occasional decorating ideas or party ideas, stuff like that, kind of what's going on in her life. And it's just kind of fun to watch her journey. So there you have it, 10 plus 1 homestead channels I enjoy watching. I will leave all of their links in the description box below. If you're interested in any of them, tell them I sent you. And let me know what your favorite, especially small channels are. I'm always looking for new up-and-coming homestead channels. The large ones I'm pretty well familiar with, but if you have anyone that you think is great and doesn't have that many subscribers yet, put them in the comments and we'll all check them out. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for joining me today.